Welcome to Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. No Sam today, but hey, we are going to jump into Weird Job Wednesday. But what do we have to plug? I'm sure we have a lot of things. You want to talk about the cruise?
Yep, the cruise, Tom and Dan Cruise 2024.com. We're leaving in September. There's 2 stops and in the Bahamas, and one's the private island with the water park on there. And we're doing a lot of private Tom and Dan.
I've never been to the water park island.
Yep, yeah.
I like the idea of that. I like the sound of an island with a water park on it.
Yeah, and that may be wrong.
Okay, all right.
Because now that I think about it,
pause. I like that.
I don't know.
I like that this is wrong. You know what they call this? Uncharted waters.
Yeah. Am I right about that?
I don't know if there is a water park. I'm gonna guess there is not a water park.
Okay, all right, scratch that. But that may not be true.
What he meant. Great spot for a water park.
Yeah. Are you sure there's no water park?
Coming
I
soon.
swore that I was promoting a water park at one period of time.
Let's real talk this in front of our guests, because we do have guests for Weird Job Wednesday, but let's real talk in front of them quickly.
Yeah.
I blame myself.
Okay.
Because I threw it to Cruise.
No.
I called an audible.
I should know the details of a cruise.
Well, I should too. I honestly can't tell you.
We'll go to TomandDanCruise2024.com. It'll say it right there on the damn website.
I didn't pay for the website URL.
All right.
Tom and Dan Cruise.
I know our guests, they're small business owners. They understand
They know how it is.
That you can't know everything about your business.
Well, they look like readers to me, though.
Yeah.
They look like they would have read their website.
Yeah, every small business owner knows that, you don't know all the details of what's going on with your own business.
Okay, DeBerry Joe. He has been there 3 times since September of last year.
Okay, I trust Joe.
And he's on your team, right?
Oh, he's a team water park?
No rides, just entertaining.
What do you mean?
No rides.
So, what? Then there's not a water park.
No, there's no water park. You were lying. You were lying the whole time.
Where did I get that from?
He said he was trying to help you out. He was like, "There's no rides, but it's still entertaining." He was like, "It's still entertaining."
Well, it's a private island. We're doing a beach party, but
I can't go to a private island if there's no water park.
Well, don't book our cruise.
Okay, great ad. This is the best ad. Okay, so mark this one. How do I get this to Melissa rapid fire fast? Because this is going to be the one that sells our cruise.
Send this to Manscaped.
Yeah.
All right. We've got a weird job.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Scared our guest.
Tom wanted to do a bit. He called it Weird Job Wednesday. Dan really likes it. Tom says that's bullshit. It's another Weird Job Wednesday. What are you doing? What is your job? Are you neat? Are you tidy? Or are you a fat slob? Do you make lots of money and you sit up in your tower looking down on all the people who are working by the hour? It's a Weird Job Wednesday. Just another Weird Job Wednesday. Oh yes, it's Weird Job Wednesday. Just another Weird Job Wednesday. Thank you, Tom. Thank you.
Weird Job Wednesday brought to you by Tom and Dan Cruise 2024.
Hey, it's back, and this time without a water park. There's no water park.
I just
There's
looked.
no water park.
Well, where did I get that?
I don't know, but you know what I would say? It's the Tom and Dan Cruise 2024. Great idea. Water park. Water park is a good idea.
Yeah, there should have been a water park.
Should have been a water. That's the slogan for our cruise. There should have been a water park. Should have been one. Should have been one.
So we have Adam and Lindsay on the program. How you guys doing?
What's going on, guys? Thanks for being on Weird Job Wednesday.
So I see you guys have Smart Scoops T-shirts on.
Yes.
So,
ice cream. Ice cream.
Okay, you're going ice cream?
I'm going ice cream.
It sounds like an ice cream.
Yeah, Smart Scoops.
Yeah.
Coming for you, Dippin' Dots.
Yeah.
Smart Scoops.
So
every ice cream has a little bit of that limitless potential drug in it. And the more you eat, the more you dominate the world. Smart Scoops.
What is Smart Scoops?
So Smart Scoops is we come scoop your dog poop once a week, and it's a monthly subscription.
Okay, all right.
It's like Netflix, but not quite. Monthly subscription.
So you scoop the people's dog poop in their backyards.
Correct, yeah. We also take care of cities and apartments as well.
Would you scoop? Okay, let's just say I'm crazy. Okay, let's say I'm insane. And I poop in my backyard. because it's
Okay,
more
all right.
free.
All right.
And it's the real me.
Well, I
It's
don't-
the true me.
Okay.
If I call you guys and say, hey, I got a Labrador, would you test it to make sure it's a dog's poop?
They're not
or
poop
would-
testing. They're just
well,
gonna-
but they don't want to be picking up
no,
human
but they
poop.
can tell. Like as
No,
soon as
they
I go
can't
in your
tell.
backyard,
No,
and you're
no,
like,
no. I
"Who's-
would go through
who's-
every...
There's a human pooping back
No,
there.
I
It's like a human poop.
Yeah,
would
yeah,
you
yeah.
really? Would you do that? Would you be like, this is like, get out here? And I'd be like, yes. And then by that time, I'm nude.
So no judgment,
Yeah.
but we actually have had prank calls where people have asked, like, do you do like human poop too?
Ah, so you've got my
Oh,
call.
that
I
was
see
us.
you've received my calls. Yeah. No, I'm serious. Like, would you draw the line on that? Or what if the
Yes.
person was playing along, though? What if the person had a Doberman and was like, it's this guy, you know?
Well, if they paid double, I feel
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you look the other way.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, yeah.
You know, because you already, I mean, I'm
Like, now
guessing
we're getting into massage territory. It's like,
Because
there is a price. It's just not on the pamphlet.
because you're shoveling it. It's not like, once
I don't know their process. We're going to get into that.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I don't know if you do it by hand. I don't know if you do it with a shovel. Because honestly, I don't want my grass destroyed by them. I would prefer if they would use a gentle touch.
Okay, well, you're. It's
I'm
got a
serious.
bunch of
I
dog
paid a
doo-doo.
lot for my
Yeah, but you-
sprinkler heads and my landscaping.
Your
That's
facade.
Zoysia. I don't want her chopping up my Zoysia with her shovel.
Well,
I
you're
would
letting
like
your-
a delicate hand to come in.
You're letting
and-
your Great Dane poop on
yeah,
your Zoysia?
Yeah, because he's part of the family.
No,
They're not part of the family.
You can't let him
They're
poop
not
on the
part of
Zoysia.
You're not family. Not yet. Not yet.
yeah.
I don't know you. I don't know what you guys do.
Sorry, guys. So,
This is the first you're apologizing for me.
do you shovel the Zoysia? Sorry.
We have a nice light rake.
Okay, all right,
Oh,
so
a
you-
gentleman's rake.
okay, all right.
Okay, I see you have a gentleman's
Doesn't
rake.
rip the blades of grass out.
That's the
It's like
answer
a
I
kid's
wanted to
toy.
hear. That's the answer. That's exactly the answer I wanted to hear.
Because I just use like a post hole
Oh,
digger,
no,
stab it
no,
in
my
there,
God.
like
Yeah.
lift up the dirt and everything, and then drop it
You're
in
the
the bucket.
problem. Yeah, you're the problem.
Like you're letting your dog poop all over your grass. You obviously
Yeah,
don't care
Your
that
backyard's just nothing but mud holes.
much. Sorry. So what's the process of picking up the dog doo doo? I imagine you have employees.
We
Okay,
do.
Yeah.
We've
Yeah.
got a director that is out scooping right now. So
Oh, that
He
poor guy.
takes-
Is he listening on his earbuds? He's like, these mother effers.
They
Yeah,
have
he's
used
like,
a
they're
rake.
in there with their orange polos on. He didn't even put his hair in a ponytail.
So, is like how you actually scoop the poop? Is that a question that customers ask?
they ask if we take it with us a lot of the time, which we do. We got a little.
What do
Let's
they
talk
think?
about that.
What do they you just throw it over the neighbor's yard like I do to Bufo frogs?
We saw
Same
some
thing.
people that did.
Same thing.
That was their thing. They were like, I don't have anybody in the backyard, so I'm just going to toss it over the fence. But we actually take everything with us.
Now,
All right.
I will say, if it is an abandoned property, you are allowed.
Yeah. Well, just fertilize.
If the house, I used to do this in Deltona,
Yeah.
but when the house next door to me was abandoned,
Yeah.
And
you
I-
could just throw anything.
and I
over
would just
there.
throw everything, trash,
yeah.
anything.
The city
Yeah.
will eventually have to come clear the
Oh,
property
anything,
anyway.
any kind of trash because it's not even mine. I'd be eating like one of those drumstick ice cream cones. You know, you have to peel the wrapper off the cone. I'd just throw that over the top.
So, how did you guys start this? When did you realize there was an actual market for people that needed the service?
So we've been in home service businesses since about 2018, and around the end of 2019, I had just kind of stumbled on a Facebook group where a lot of these people, had businesses. They were talking about their business, and I was just as surprised as I know a lot of people are when they find out that this is a thing. And so I was just kind of like in the audience, just kind of watching and reading, their comments and their things that they were talking about. And I started thinking like, wow, this could be like a real viable business. And then I started putting together a business plan. And then at some point I just got
Write that down.
Yeah.
All right.
Write down business plan.
How do you put one of those together?
You start at step one.
Our business plan was
Polos.
Make
Get polos
money.
first. First we came up
Make
with a
money.
logo. You got to get a logo first. It's a little hand coming down all the doo-doo.
I thought the only plan was to make money
Yeah.
as much as possible.
Exactly.
So
By any means necessary.
So when you come up with a business plan, and then how did you figure out like, all right, I need to market this to the people that may need it, and how did you go about that?
So we had learned of a couple different marketing techniques. Again, while just kind of being in the home service world, that were real kind of creative and boots on the ground, one of them being yard signs. And so we started, putting these 18 by 12 yard signs, all over and, Seminole County.
I've been doing that.
I've
been putting up yard signs everywhere. I've been putting up yard signs everywhere. It says, we buy any car. That's what I say. And then I put my number on it, and then people call me, and they're like, is this the we buy any car guy? And I'm like, yes, it is. And they're like, well, I got this. And I'm like, not interested. And it just makes them so mad. It makes them so, they're like, you said.
So let's talk about the yard sign marketing business, because I didn't believe.
It looks desperate when it's written on a Sharpie. When you
That's
write
the
it,
way to
and you
do
gotta
it.
write it fast, right?
That is.
You just write it fast. You write like poop scoop, and you write it
That's something like investment property 3-3.
Fast. You write it fast. Yeah.
Like 3-3. Who even makes that?
3. I love that. The Tom Band 3-3.
Like I've heard about this back when our buddy Matt, Captain Boy
and
Matt,
Dice Man talked about it one time with it. This is a thing.
Like the yard
This
sign
is how we're gonna get rich, dude.
marketing apparently works
This
and
is how we're
works
gonna do it.
well.
Yeah.
And I don't know, because it seems counterintuitive to because everybody sees them. You see the yard sign and then you look
it's
at
why
it.
viral videos go
You're like,
viral. You
What
don't-
idiot is actually calling this number?
Yes, and that's what everybody thinks.
Yeah.
But then it turns out the world is full of idiots.
Oh, yeah.
Which I already knew.
Yeah,
which makes
because you
it,
are one. Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
I look at them and I see 3-3.
You're like, I want to call that.
And then it's written in Sharpie, so you think you're like,
Yeah.
well, this is not a real
Who's
business.
the sign right? Which one of you writes the signs?
China writes the sign.
Oh, you buy them? Oh my God, you buy
They mass
them?
produce the Sharpie.
Oh my God, you get them from China.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So you start with the yard signs, and then how long did you be before the first call? Like, I'm just curious. Like, you put the yard signs, you're like, all right, I hope this
And
works.
now we wait.
Yeah. Like, I'm sure that waiting period when you put it out was excruciating, right?
Well, I mean, so we had a website, we had, branding, we had a truck, we had it all wrapped, and, yard signs was just like the real big, propeller.
Did you kick around like whether or not your name had to be like? Did it? I mean, like, did you think like, oh,
we were going through all sorts.
It can't
of
be
names.
too gross, or it
Yeah.
can't be
You
like
don't want
too.
poop.
We
in
didn't want poop
there.
Yeah,
in
you don't
it,
want poop
yeah.
in there. Although mine would have like mine would be
yeah.
Diarrhea Brothers. Because everybody loves a good family-owned business. It's Diarrhea Brothers Poop Scooping.
Yeah. Hard to scoop, and that's our logo.
memorable.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have had
We mash it in there.
we have had comments about people saying that like it sounds like an ice cream company.
Oh, yeah, that's what
Yeah, I was almost tempted to go with Diarrhea Brothers.
I like how our initial thoughts are what everybody's initial thoughts is.
'Cause
It's
we're
the dumbest,
basic.
it's the dumbest
We're
basic
some basic
thoughts.
bitches, man.
So you get your first customer, and I
Oh, the
imagine,
chat room says that that you look like Ariana Grande's new love interest. a little bit. You are you're a redhead, right? Natural red.
Adam.
Adam is a natural red.
red.
Natural red, yeah. Did you see that ghoul that Ariana Grande got? Not that you're a ghoul. Not at all. But have you seen that ghoul?
No.
He looks like a ghoul. Top ghoul. He's the toppest. He's the ghouliest of ghouls. Sorry.
So now, tell me about like when you. Are people having, because you would think
Do people watch you do this like every other
okay,
thing?
let's
right?
talk about
They do that.
dog
I mean, we
poop.
could probably get like an OnlyFans page.
No,
just
that's
for
not what I
this.
mean. You know, like dumb old people, like when you go, like you work in IT, and they're like, "Hey, I called the Geek Squad to come help me with my router," and then the people stand over you. You do this to everybody that comes and works on your
You
house.
missed a spot. You missed
Yeah.
a chunk.
Do you guys get the people that
There
just?
have been, we have heard some reports that people they just want to watch. It's like you could probably do it yourself if you want to
Right.
watch, but like I mean I'm here.
Like a power thing. Yeah. Pick
Weird
up that
kink.
S.
So, but,
Maybe it is.
Well, let's talk about dog. Like, how long does it take dog poop to break down? Like,
Oh.
did you like research like?
No.
No. Okay.
I like that. I like that you have know nothing about it. We're like, we just pick it up, man.
We just
it
pick
up,
it
pick it
up
up,
and put it in
man.
the trash, man.
because it must stay out
It gets
there.
fuzzy. I like it when it gets fuzzy.
Yeah.
It's almost like
It
Little
seems like it's
mold on
weeks.
top.
Like weeks or even a month before it fully disintegrates. So if an average dog poops once a day, then you've got 30 to 90
It's a lot of
poops out
poops.
there. within like a 3-month period of time.
Once a day, try like 3 times a day.
3 times.
Okay.
We have
Alright.
a puppy that like every time he goes out 5 times a day, there's a turd.
I'm like a puppy.
Oh, yeah.
I told this yesterday. I'm 6 to 20 times.
But that's a disease.
Yeah, it is. It is a disease.
So now, let's talk about the service. So it's is it a weekly pickup? How does it like work?
Yeah, we come out every week, and then it's a monthly subscription, so they pay every month, and then we're out there every week. So.
Now, have any of your employees reported back that sometimes they go into a house and then there's no dog poop back there? Do you have
those are the best ones.
Do you just like, well, you
That's
got
where you sit back there and vape. You're like, oh my god! You look first. You look for ring cameras. You look for ring cameras everywhere, and they make a little device now. That little dolphin device that the government's trying to shut down. Have you seen this?
What is this?
It's this little device called the Dolphin. And it's a hacker's tool, and you could use it to detect cameras and like Bluetooth and stuff like that. I'll tell you later. I ordered 2 of us. Don't worry. I two of them for us. Don't worry. I got us 2 of them before they get taken off the market. You use that to check for cameras, and then when you know you're not on any ring cameras, you just sit back there and vape for an hour.
Hold on. You just circle around in the air?
You can just kind of swipe it through a hotel room, and it will find the frequencies of any devices that are on. It's called a flipper. Sorry, not a dolphin.
Okay,
it's called a flipper.
What? But then you could see outside camera. Like no one's hiding a camera on the outside.
People
of the
hide cameras all the time. Your wife is a camera hider.
No, but it's a big camera that's mounted on the side of the house.
I find you look through Baldwin. There's cameras hidden everywhere.
Because I thought the purpose of a hidden camera was internal.
No.
You know what I mean?
You want to make sure that their pool guy is like not doing what he's supposed to do and stuff like that.
Yeah, but then you have the fake giant camera, so they think they're being filmed, but you don't have to. It's like the fake surveillance camera.
No, I know. I get it.
7-Eleven. So anyway, now going back to if there is no poop, you tell your employees to just wander around the backyard looking. Because you don't want.
They have to do a good job.
Yeah. You start picking up whatever. You pretend to pick up poop,
or you pick up a leaf and you go, not poop. You take the leaf, you look at the camera, you're like, this is not poop. I am really doing it.
I'm just curious, how many customers have wanted it, because it seems like this is not a huge problem, but apparently it is, right? With people having too much dog poop in the backyard and not wanting to pick it up themselves.
Yeah, it stinks. I mean, you're now the stinky house. You were the stinky kid, now you got the stinky house. You don't want to be the stinky house.
The stinky kid grew up to have the stinky yard.
Did you guys notice when you go and you are doing these that some of these people, like, you're like, oh man, they don't need this many animals? You ever get those?
We had someone ask, we were at the Paws in the Park the other day, and she's like, we have 17 dogs. Can you help? And I was like,
yeah, I can help by arresting you. I can arrest you and put you in jail.
17.
Yeah. Obviously, you're neglecting those dogs. My God, just handcuff her.
Yeah. The 17 is too much. I mean, that once you get to 12,
I think 5 is a lot.
A baker's dozen.
Yeah.
5 is our max.
Yeah, I think legally there are rules about that in Florida. I think because I remember at one point I was dating a girl, and I think we were like tipping them. We were like going 7 animals. We had like 5 dogs and 2 cats, and I'm like, come on. This is too much, man.
So, do you guys have multiple businesses? Because you run them yourselves? Because you guys are husband and wife. Didn't announce that at the beginning, but how
surprise ending?
Do you guys just have you always been this, like entrepreneurs?
Hustlers.
When did it start?
Yeah. So. It started, we moved down here in 2018 to start a business doing soft washing, exterior cleaning, and that just kind of morphed into like all these other businesses that we have. So we've got, I think, 7 in our pocket right now.
We do
just all over the place. Branding
and marketing, and then we create holiday lighting, turnkey businesses, and we do foam parties, and we've done all sorts of stuff.
When'd you get into the foam business?
I love
how did that come about?
We guarantee that at our foam parties, no poop.
Right?
That's it goes hand in hand.
It really does.
Scoop before your party.
Yeah, man.
Like on the spectrum of businesses, like you have like a dog poop scooping business.
That's the floor. The foam is the top.
Then you got a foam party business. Yeah. They seemingly have nothing in common.
They were like, once the grass is clean, what can we put in this grass? Fill it with foam. I don't know.
How'd you get into that?
I think it was just.
Well, a buddy of ours that's also in the poop business out in Texas was
that's right.
hey,
Oh,
I just started this foam party business, and Adam,
I was like,
you
what?
tell him
There's
anything
big
a business,
money in
and he's
this
like,
foam
I want it.
He's like, yeah, I already got some parties already scheduled, and it's awesome. And so I looked at like what the investment is. Like, oh, this isn't that
The
much.
Texas foam tycoon. What's his first name?
Justin.
Justin. I'm Justin, Texas foam tycoon.
I like this, by the way.
Yeah, I know
like,
you do.
where you see, and you're like, well, there's margins here.
Yeah.
Like you can make money doing this, and it's just
Tom and Dan foam parties.
It's because it's outside of the norm, and I find the best businesses are businesses that are not necessarily alluring to a lot of people. Like everybody wants to own a brewery, right? So guess what? Like it's
don't.
a brewery business is hard because there's
Yeah,
so
it
many.
looks super
Because
hard.
you know what I'm saying. But
It's also an item that people put inside their body, which to me always chases me away because it just screams regulation, right?
yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
food products, anything
yeah,
that you're
yeah, that
eating
makes
or
sense.
ingesting, I'm
Yeah.
just like, it could kill somebody. I'll stay away from that. I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Well, we actually have a hot dog business too.
What?
Yeah. So
Foam, hot dogs, poop scoop. I love you guys are my new
We've
favorite.
got
Weird-
Airbnbs too.
Yeah,
I
so
love
right
the
along
fact
with
that
you.
they're super hustlers because they got it all. You're like Shaquille O'Neal. He's addicted to business, and he has I think I read an article where he's invested in 200 different businesses, and 70 of them he's actively participating in,
Yeah,
actively
no, I know.
walking in the business.
Yeah.
It's
That's
crazy.
crazy, yeah.
But it's cool. I mean, I guess do you think you guys are both addicted to chasing it and finding that new thing? And
I
is
think
it fun?
we like to create something, but then we don't like to do the thing.
Okay.
So then we have people.
and you move on.
Yeah,
well,
we sell it or we get directors to come in and operate
That's
it,
awesome.
help us with it. So
but
That's
we're giving them
fascinating.
equity that
Yeah.
way that they have skin in the game.
Sure, and then you
Yeah.
keep a piece of it and you move on, and then you build your little empire, right?
Yeah.
I think that's amazing.
So how can people find you if they're interested in your services?
Smartscoops.com, and then we're on Instagram and Facebook. I believe, what is it? Go Smart Scoops.
yeah.
Do you guys post the biggest poops?
We don't
You should
put
post
any
you should
poops.
you
No
should-
before and
You
afters.
should have a poop of the day, or
No.
call it the big banger or something, like the blammer.
Now I'm trying to figure out for Valentine's Day we
Okay.
can write your ex's name on the boot bag.
Oh.
And maybe donate that
Donate
funds.
Yes. You could print out their name on a target, and then right as the dogs go, and you slide it under.
Like,
Right?
Now we're normally not there for when they're actively
Well, you just
pooping,
leave it. You just leave it
but-
for the owner.
For an extra
here,
charge maybe, though.
complimentary.
Is there any way
Target.
to sell dog poop to another company?
Breweries.
You know?
I don't know.
Like that's where, if you could sell the dog poop to some
what could
company,
you use it for?
some manure company. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Is there a use for dog poo?
I don't know, but maybe some company could use it
If
for
only
some.
we could power our podcast studio. What if we started? All it needs to be is a myth for us to start getting donations from all of these environmental nuts. What if we said that our studio was run on pure dog poo
Or what if
from Smart Scoop?
like part of your company is that you will have your employees go and light a paper bag on fire
on your enemies,
on your enemies'
doorstep.
front door,
Okay,
doorstep.
I like that.
Yeah, you'll take the poop from Smart
Yeah,
Scoops,
yeah.
and then you pay a fee.
It's a Valentine.
I'd pay. I'll give you a list of 30
Oh,
people right
yeah.
now.
I got 30.
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
150 locked and loaded on my notes in my cell phone.
I'll pay upwards of
Yeah.
$50
Oh.
if you light a bag
I'm
of dog
like
poop.
Arya Stark. I go through a list of the people I hate every night before I go to bed just to calm myself down.
Well, and then I want it daily. So every day.
The Daily Deuce.
Consistency.
Yeah.
Now, eventually, it'll end up burning their house down and
Yeah,
killing their whole family,
my God.
which you will have
My
to pay a
God.
premium on insurance.
I blame ADT because the smoke
Yeah.
alarm didn't work. But
Or-
that's a
Or
whole
we could
different
just
thing.
change the name of our LLC. This is Florida. You could do that.
Yeah, we're already in the process right now.
Adam, Lindsay, thanks so much
Thank
for
you
coming by.
guys
We
for
appreciate it.
coming by, letting us go crazy and act dumb.
Yeah. Sorry this was so crazy. I
Yeah,
realize.
this was an extra crazy one, especially with the whole beginning of it, where we talked
Yeah.
about the cruise and the water park that doesn't exist.
Yeah. That that mixed with I just found out we're gonna have horrible weather for our camping trip this
Yeah.
morning.
We're going.
Put me immediately it.
We're going camping, and your wife said something via text that made me so angry I wanted to punch my wife. And I don't hit anybody. I'm not. But your wife said there is no bad weather, only bad clothing. That's what was said in the group text, and I was so mad at that. I started hitting myself in the face.
I was like, what's better than 80% chance of rain on a camping trip? Cold weather. This comes along with it.
Nice
God. All right, we'll be right back. Cool.
Awesome. Good job, y'all.
Thank you very much.
Again for doing that, guys.
That's all right. We normally do our interviews crazy like that.
You're good.
Let me save this guy. And good luck with everything, man. I really admire the fact that you guys hustle like that. That's really cool.
Yeah, we're actually franchising it.
Yeah, man. Well done.
Got second location about to open up here shortly.
We're interviewing for third and fourth locations.
So.
That is fantastic. Congratulations.
It's just kind of taking off right now.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, I mean, there's.
I love it.
There's not like a lot of companies that do this, so it's like, it's a perfect. There seems to be a big market for it, and there's no other competition that I've seen.
Yeah. People have been doing it since like the 80s, but it's still like it's so new in people's minds. And like what you guys were saying, that when we were at the event, like they walk by and they're like, they kind of feel bad for us. You could see it on their face, like, oh gosh, like they pick up poop for money. And if they only knew, like,
oh, they're worse than homeless. They pick up poop from or like, are they unhoused? I like that.
Some of the richest people I've ever met are in like porta potty businesses, like septic tank,
urinal advertisement.
That's
our richest friend is urinal advertising.
Because it's not, so there's
a good one.
Space in the market for you guys, and then there's like the opportunities limitless, because it's not, some people are like, because you said like the
all
idea
right, gang.
Like, oh, I don't want to pick up dog poop. It's like, well, this is a business that there's plenty of businesses that exist that like you don't want to do yourself, but that you own it. And so it's like, and that is the reason why it's successful, because nobody wants to do it.
Nobody wants.
So that's why, but someone will do it for money, your employees, and then
You got more money than you've got time, and you've got value, and
Very nice to meet you guys. Pleasure. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. And good luck with everything. Not that you'll need it if you're already opening up the new places, man. Congrats on the new franchises. Oh man, my allergies are getting me today. All right. Thanks for hanging out with us, chat room folks. You too. You guys have a great rest of your day. That was fun.
And we just got to bring up Zoom for Mark.
I already got it up. I got him. Here we go. Hello.
Hi guys,
Hey.
this is Casey Kelly. I'm just
Hey, Casey.
joining on behalf of Mark.
Oh, no
He
worries.
just wrapped up another interview, so he should be joining in a minute.
Oh,
Yeah,
no
no
worries
problem.
at all. Thanks so much. We really appreciate it. I didn't know if you could see us.
Oh, no
or-
problem.
I think everybody can see us there. But hey, thank you so much. We really appreciate your time. Okay, got that saved. I did love the new Mountain Dew Blast commercial, DJ Access. I did. I had that for yesterday. We didn't play it, but the Chiefs got an extra first down on the final drive. Is that true?
What do you mean an extra?
I don't know.
There's no way they made that much of a mistake.
I haven't read any of that, Charles and Danielle. I don't know if that's true.
What are you guys? Are you guys reading fake news? Come on. I've listened to 5 gambling podcasts after the extra first down would have
somebody
been.
would have talked about it.
All it's talking about is that the coach of the 49ers made the wrong overtime
I
decision.
did finally hear that. And they, just like you, even with the gentleman that was explaining it on whatever. It was a Madden thing. Like it even came up in a Madden sports podcast, and I didn't understand the explanation. Like I did, but I didn't. Oh, all right, here is Mark. Let me grab Mark here. All right, there he is.
Hello.
Hey, how are you, sir? How are you? Good to see you. Thanks so much for your time today.
Oh, man, thanks for having me.
We appreciate it. Let me just throw that on there, and then, hey, we'll get going right now, man. Thanks again. Can you hear us okay?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yep. You sound great. Thank you very much.
Great.
All right, here we go. Mr. Tom, would you like to start?
Yep.
Here we go. In 3, 2.
Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan.
Please join us at our Leap Day Sapo tournament on Thursday, February 29th. That is the Leap Day this year.
It is indeed. If you don't know what Sapo is, it is a Peruvian coin tossing game.
Yeah.
And it's super fun.
At Hourglass Brewing in Longwood, and we'll start the tournament around 6 o'clock. Come have some beers and have some fun. We're giving away some prizes.
Yes, sir.
On Zoom with us right now, he's going to be at Letterkenny Presents, a night of stand-up comedy, March 5th on Tuesday. PlazaLiveOrlando.org for tickets. So definitely get your tickets because I'm sure it's going to be sold out. On Zoom with us right now, Mark Ford from Letterkenny. How you doing, Mark?
Hi, guys. How are you?
Good, man. Good. Hey, thank you so much for the time. We really do appreciate it. I know many people, are Letterkenny nuts and love the show. Yes, Tom.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you about, Mark. When did you start realizing the popularity of the show?
That's a great question because living in Canada, we don't really care about each other in a star system kind of way. I think maybe the first tour was the first getting to actually meet people and see how enthusiastic they were. It kind of blew me away.
Does it get weird because it is the type of show that
has a cult following?
Well, yeah, it can get weird in that people really are.
It's quite quotable, and everybody thinks they're the first one to say your quote to you.
Yeah.
So you want to be kind and gracious and give them their due, but yeah, it can. Thankfully, I was quite larger on the show, so I'm less recognizable now. I'm kind of hidden away.
It's funny, like the first couple of seasons, and a lot of people, I didn't know that you weren't the original coach because I kind of came in, late to the folklore of what it is now. But did you make an active decision to be more active, to work out more, or like what kind of transpired in losing a little bit of weight?
I think it was the pandemic. I was like, this is either going to kill me or I'm going to survive through it. Sure. I think, that was definitely it. I just saw it was going to be a long haul, so I could go the wrong way or get on my bike and start moving.
Well, I was going to ask you about that. Is that when you started cycling? Is the pandemic?
Yeah, it was. Like I rode to the end of my road, and it was a probably 3-minute ride, and I was just bagged. And just every day, I just was like, okay, well, tomorrow I'll ride a little further, and then now I can ride. I'm doing 300 kilometer, or sorry, I don't know what that is in miles, guys. 300 kilometer bike ride.
That's fine because every time someone says kilometer, I'm just like, it's kind of like miles. Just treat it like miles.
I do just treat it like miles.
Yeah.
Because I'm so.
I mean, you guys are the only ones that didn't convert.
I know. And Tom and I are the worst because we didn't even go as far as to not convert it. We don't know miles or kilometers. You see, like we literally
didn't even learn our measurement.
We don't even know ours. We're like whatever it is. He's smart. He knows Letterkenny. Rides a bike. He knows what he's talking about.
I can't even picture what 5 miles is actually really is.
I just use computers to tell me what it, and we both ride. Tom, believe it or not, is going to be doing a mini triathlon, so he's had to learn how to ride a road bike. And I'm an old school road bike guy that my hips are rotten, but I ride almost every single day. So it was cool to know that we had, you don't meet very many especially actors or comedians that cycle or ride bikes a lot.
Well,
Yeah.
Mark, let me ask you this, because I was out riding my road bike the other day, and this is my first time getting into it. And I had to ride down a road not that far, but it was like a kind of a busy road. I was off to the right, trying to get off to the right, but cars are zooming past me, and every time a car goes past me, I'm like, the next one's gonna hit me, and lights out. You know, I got a helmet on, but I'm like, if this car hits me or clips me, I'm not gonna be the same person.
It's scary.
Yeah, it's terrifying, isn't it? It's absolutely terrifying.
But I feel like it's the most like, I've done a lot of dangerous things, and people tell me about other things they're afraid of, and I'm like, riding that road bike seems like the most dangerous thing I've ever done, really. Like, if I'm on the street.
You gotta stay off the highway, bud. Like, I don't know where you where.
Well,
I mean, you ride.
Well, like around here,
you're in Canada, so you get it's probably more rural.
Yeah, and
we have a lot more open space up here.
Yeah,
in a lot of ways here, we have to take roads to get to trails, you know, and like
Right.
like even here, I have to ride the roads to get to a trail, and then I can just kind of do what I want.
And also, we're in Florida, so everybody is either high off weed or pain pills.
Yeah,
so,
or meth. Yeah, a lot of methamphetamine.
They're gonna really enjoy the jokes.
And
they are.
You know what? The amphetamines make people drive better. That's I want them to be on amphetamines.
Yeah, they're aware.
Yeah, they're super vigilant.
Yeah.
It's the weed and the pain pills. They doze off.
Did you ever, you know, my producer was telling me that you did some fringe performers, you know, you're a great improv, you know, comic, and you've, you know, you can use props and do that sort of thing, which can be really, really difficult. Did you ever get a chance to perform at Orlando Fringe? Because I find it odd that, like, Fringe to me is like, you and I, meaning me and Tom, we know what Fringe is, but a lot of my friends don't know what a true and proper Fringe festival is. And I feel like in a lot of ways, we've benefited from having the huge Orlando Fringe Festival. And I know that in Canada is huge, in Edinburgh. Like, is that something, like, how important is fringing to you?
I loved Edinburgh. Like, my 2 experiences there were phenomenal. Like, it's 29 shows every night. And you, around August 16th, about halfway through, you just want to cry, but you get over it.
Yeah.
It's a lot. But so much fun. And to answer your question about Orlando, this will be my first time telling jokes in the state of Florida.
Whoa.
So pretty excited to pop that one.
Yeah, man. I mean,
really?
we love Florida. We make a lot of jokes about Florida, but because we love it so much, we were both born here. And we're Florida guys, and it is a very weird place. But I think it's weird in the same way that Canada can be called weird. You know, the people Letterkenny. I think the reason why a lot of my friends like Letterkenny is because it just reminds them of, like, Florida. It's very Florida.
Well, there's a connection between Florida and Canada, because we
have the best hockey teams. There's your connection. Does that make people mad? We have the best hockey team.
Well, it just makes sense that, like, if, like, Canadians want to go to, like, Canadians aren't going to go to Michigan. But it's right there. So it might as well be the same damn place.
My neighbors are from Canada.
You're going to go to the south.
My neighbors are from Canada next door, Stu and Sue, and they're the sweetest people in the world. We love Canada here.
Yeah, we get old, and we're like, where's the craziest place we can spend our retirement?
Yeah, so you could like scope this out, you know?
Yeah. Oh man, all the old people from here leave for the winter, and we talk about them while they're gone, and then they come back even crazier after spending a winter in Florida.
For sure. You know, we do our show obviously out of Orlando, and earlier on in our careers, you know, when we were building up radio or podcasting, there was the idea of thinking about possibly moving. But this morning I read an article with you, I think from like 2018, where you were talking about how you were going to stay in Canada and, you know, and not relocate you or yourself or your family, you know, and you wanted kind of like more people to do that to kind of make a resurgence of, you know, like the I guess the scene there. And I guess I'd never known, as like a person from, you know, America, I'd never known that the scene was on a bit of a drop off or whatever. But what is your opinion on that now? Is this a good time to kind of be wherever you want to be and try to perform?
No, I'm like, you guys are from Orlando, you love Orlando, and as weird as Florida gets, you stay and you love it there. And I'm the same way with Canada. And so in the entertainment business, there's always a okay, so but when are you leaving?
Right.
And I never wanted to, and I've been able to attain all the things I've ever wanted to do while still living here. So I love it here, and
I like that.
there's no other profession where it's like you're a doctor, okay, but now that you're a doctor, when are you leaving?
Sure. Did you get any pushback for being, I mean, you were very honest in saying that, and even the headline, they kind of tried to frame it, or at least I thought it was sort of framed like in a negative. Did you get pushback from that?
Everything's framed in a negative in the press.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah. Say it again, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, probably a lot of people read and said, "What an idiot!" But I love it here, and I still work down there. I just love where I was born and raised, and want to stay here.
I think that's cool.
That's all that is. I guess
Yeah. And
that's not much of a story for them, so they have to frame it in a way that.
Yeah, correct. Why should that be a negative?
Yeah.
You know, like this is enough for me. In fact, it's not enough. It's more than enough, and I love it. Oh well, we have to frame that in a way that
well, especially because Canadians don't care about Canadian entertainers until we go to the States, and then they're all like, "Oh, that's ours, that's ours, that's ours."
Right.
It's like I would rather, I'll just stay here, and you can ignore me.
That's funny, man.
Mark, I from reading and researching before we talked to you, I saw a story about your worst ever show that you performed at in an airplane hangar and stuff. But I'm curious. But
wonderful acoustics in the airplane hangar.
Well, I also read that you don't really necessarily like interviews too much, and I don't blame you because we come from a background of radio, and from what we've seen in like terrestrial radio, no one prepares or does anything to try to make the interview go well.
All I'm supposed to do is to get you to scream embarrassing or your catchphrase or whatever, then hang up on you, right?
Well, here's the thing: if you guys play this video back, I think you'll see my eyebrow go up a couple of times because of your questions. I'm like, wait, you're not supposed to know that, or you're not supposed to.
Yeah, good. Yeah,
because we and Daniel,
you know how hard it is for us to read.
Me and Daniel vowed to try, and that's it.
Just try.
That's
it. You can stop right there. We just got to try
to give all of our guests the respect that they deserve because they're coming on our show. Let's try to, and obviously this is for all of us, all of our benefit, for our listeners to be entertained.
And our greatest fan of yours isn't even here today. Samantha is out, and she loves you.
So I've seen.
Yeah, no, I've been doing morning radio and watching them bring up Wikipedia while they're talking to me. So I appreciate. I mean, to me, I get that you're also you're doing a lot, and you're not going to know every single person, but. It takes 5 minutes.
Yeah, Mark, they're not doing a lot. they're
really not. We are them, and they're not.
They're eating barbecue in the break room. they're doing nothing. They're surfing the internet.
That's true, because every time I talk to them, they're like, "Oh yeah, all the songs are already ready to go, and I could go to the washroom for an hour and a half." And I'm like, "Okay, well then why didn't you read my Wikipedia page then?"
Mark, because they're lazy. They're just and there's no other explanation. I understand it. It's just like I've seen it, and then it's like, don't be lazy. What the hell? And it's like, why are you? This is not even good for you. Don't you care about your own listeners? Anyway, so
yesterday I was asked, why should people come to the show, and I just wanted to hang up.
That's the most lazy question I could ever think of. And it's stupid question. What do you think? What are you gonna say that's interesting to anybody with that question? It's so stupid.
It just sets me up to fail.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why are they doing that to you, Mark? I don't understand.
Well, our guys are happy.
So then I stopped doing them. I remember, and then a while there too, for a couple of years, I was getting pretty aggressive, and then I learned, then they don't want to talk to you at all. So I was a bit of walking the line.
Well, Mark, listen, I'm glad to have because
it's just a normal conversation because we're lucky to have you. You know what I thought was really cool is our chat room was just, they were throwing questions and things in there, but more than anything, they just wanted to thank you for actually coming to Florida. I thought that was really cool. They're like, there was a bunch of thank yous.
That's the thing. The last time we toured, there was so many people saying, "Why aren't you coming to Florida? Why aren't you coming to Florida?" So we're pretty excited, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, man.
Well, again, get your tickets right now. PlazaLiveOrlando.com
Yep,
or
we love
.org.
.org. Get the .org right.
It's March 5th. Letterkenny presents a night of stand-up. Mark, it's been a pleasure talking to you. We appreciate it.
Absolute pleasure, guys. I appreciate it.
Let's do it again, man. And hey, good luck with everything, and we hope you enjoy Florida.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Cheers.
Mark.
All right, man. Be
Okay.
good. Oh, I did it.
Oh.
He was like, I'm going to give you guys front row seats, and you're my new best friend. I always do that. I always do that. What a nice man.
You know, it's like we hear Mark say, like I just go,
We
I
did
do these
a lot
interviews.
of reading this morning.
Well, no, but it's not even that much. I mean, we got 4 other guests today, and then we're trying to like give
4 other guests.
I know.
Who did that?
We just did a BDM show yesterday about taking less guests, but this was pre-planned. So anyway, but
Oh my God, I'm so hot. Is there air conditioner broken?
and I don't mean to talk ass about other media.
I love talking ass about everything.
I'm just telling you, I've seen people give no Fs about the guests they're interviewing, and
There have been times.
it doesn't make any logical sense to me because I was like, well, don't you want this to be good for
No.
you? For like just selfishly.
There's
like,
never been a time when we've had a guest come in where any of us didn't care.
Well,
I can tell you,
but it doesn't make
though-
sense not to care because it's for your audience,
No,
your
I
own
know.
personal audience.
I know, but maybe you run out of like decision-making power in your brain. You ever run out of brain power? Sometimes I'll be sitting there and I'll just be like, I'm done. I got no more.
Well, then you
I have
get
no more
burned-
power.
No, I mean, but it's the.
I'm not trying to play devil's advocate. I'm just saying there are like I'm not in that
No,
sense.
no.
I'm just saying normally mine happens right around 3:46 in the afternoon. I just run out of steam.
Yeah, well, everybody gets tired, but if I have something to do and there's a guest coming on, I'm never gonna be like, screw, I'm not even gonna try.
No,
because
I've never done that.
Because it doesn't do any good for me.
I've never.
I
done
thott
that. I've done that with dinner before when Andrew
Yeah,
is
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"What do you
Well,
want for
personally-
dinner?" And you're like, "I don't care. I don't even care if I eat."
Like I thought everybody was out to make themselves benefit themselves the most, right?
That's absolutely.
Like,
Now that I will definitely
like
agree.
every-
No.
Like I don't mean
No.
I don't mean selfishly. I just like if it's your
No,
business or
easy.
your entertainment.
Everyone wants easy.
But like if you're if you're Taylor Swift, Taylor Swift's a bad example. 'Cause
That's
she's
a worst example.
She's a
Never easy.
She's gonna make it good every time. But
she'll be president, right?
Okay, let's go to.
I mean, if she wanted to be president,
the lowest,
right? She'd come the closest of any lady we've had.
I don't know.
I think she could do it.
No,
I think
because
she could do it.
You're gonna get a lot of people that don't want Taylor Swift as president, including myself.
Oh, I don't want her as president either.
I don't want any
I wouldn't
president.
vote for a woman. I'm like,
Anyway.
it's a joke.
But back to why is everybody so lazy?
Because they want easy.
I know. Well, yeah, that's right. You know, I understand that.
Yeah, that's what they want.
But don't you want to do just a little bit of research or think or imagine how the interview is going to go?
Why Roblox reigns supreme.
Okay.
Let me explain.
All right.
The kids want the accomplishment of getting to the end of the video game, but the reason, one of the things that makes you the most angry that you and I have shared on this program is the fact that our children don't play like Sonic the Hedgehog, Altered Beast, video games where it's like you have a main character and he has to fight through the levels and win the game, right?
Yeah, okay.
And you get an endorphin rush, you get a chemical dump when you win the game, right? Well, the reason Roblox reigns supreme is because you still get that endorphin rush or a variation of it, but it's very easy. So, right? So, you run the little course, and it's
plays are
mimicking.
lazy. Listen, I'm lazy.
I know.
I'm
but
super lazy.
You're also a dumb old man. You're cut from a different cloth.
I'm
right?
a lazy dumb old man.
You're cut from a different cloth.
I feel like I'm the most lazy. Like I don't want to do nothing. I don't want to. I mean, I don't want to interview. I don't want to research anything. I don't want to.
I can't even say that. I
don't want to come to work every day.
I can't even use my own example. I don't even know what to tell you now because I was going to use an example and then apply it to Maisie, but I can't do that because Maisie, I don't have to tell her or motivate her in any way. Like,
I know, yeah, I know,
she'll
yeah.
tell me I'm late for dance. I need to go
No,
there
yeah,
and
yeah,
stretch
yeah.
and warm up. And like when I take
It's
her
a
there,
shame because her name rhymes with lazy.
It does, it
So
really does.
she
It's
could have
a
been
waste of an
She
insult.
could
I
have been
know.
Lazy
I know,
Maisie.
I know.
And now,
I know. I'm holding out for crazy. She's
she'll-
gonna get that one.
No.
I'm holding out for
no,
crazy.
no. She'll never
That's
be
gonna happen.
Lazy Maisie. She is
No, she's
driven
not.
hard. She'll be whatever she wants.
No, but
she's
she,
good to
She
go.
walks in the door and
Better
goes
than
in
me.
the room and starts stretching out. I don't have to tell her anything.
No. Oh yeah, she's
She'll
driven
start
internally.
running, like so. Yeah, I don't
I
even
fig-
know what I'm
I
saying.
figured-
Don't listen to me.
I figured it out. But here's why.
Okay, tell me.
Because I feel because I'm no better than anybody.
I know that.
Yeah,
I know
like,
that.
I'm just as bad as the
Yes.
the
Worse
lazy terrestrial radio guy.
Yeah.
I'll be.
Yeah.
I think we'll be that one
That's
day.
how
by
I
the way.
look at you.
Because I'll look around and be like, let's just go back and work.
I think it's happening.
For a corporation.
I think it's happening.
This is hard.
Yeah.
Like running your own business.
In fact,
over
I'll put it out there. If any corporation wants to throw a deal at us, we'll look at it.
No,
we'll look at the
I'll
deal.
be so mad. I'll be like, oh, they're stupid.
Yeah,
you guys are fools.
but give me the spoon right in the mouth. Give me the spoon.
No, I think I was so mad at it. Anyway.
I'm like, give me the spoon, Dr. Bob.
Because there's a separation
Church and state.
between the hosts and the company, right? So you're like,
No, we're too hands-on to have that.
yes. So the hosts, they're just getting fed these interviews. They don't even want them.
We're close to that, but I still have my fingers in
Yeah,
it. You
we-
still got your
yeah, no,
fingers in it.
yeah.
As long as our fingers are in it, we're fine.
So the hosts because like everybody in regular radio, I mean not for the I don't know for the most part, but I'm gonna say for the most part, they all hate each other. Like
what, radio people?
Yeah,
Well, it's engineered that way,
yeah,
dude.
it's all toxic and everything.
Yeah.
So
it's
then
engineered that way.
So then the hosts, they just get like, here's your scheduled interviews, and you're looking through them. You don't even care. You're just like, oh God, you're mad, and you're mad at
Hold
the
on a
producer.
second. Now, that I'm there.
Yeah.
Because this morning when I looked at it, I was like, oh God, we got a weird job with the dog poop people.
and then you
some
don't-
stupid Letterkenny guy.
And then you
I
don't
don't
even,
know.
and then you don't even
I did,
try.
I did do that.
I know, yeah, I know.
I did, but then I
did
tried.
it
But I
too.
tried.
Yes,
but I
we
tried.
have to try.
That's the difference.
Because if you
is-
don't-
So the difference is, I still wake up, I still look at it, I go, oh God, we got the
Yeah.
smart scoops idiots, we got the stupid
Oh,
Letterkenny
come on,
man.
don't say
No,
that.
it's me, it's
Yeah,
in my
yeah,
mind.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
really mean that. I'm just walking you through what I'm saying in my mind. I'm like, oh God, oh, we got all this dumb stuff that happened. And then I get here and I'm like, you can't be like that. That's what the lazy people think. You need to be a hero. And I'm like, start reading articles, start watching
Yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah.
And I do it.
But
and then-
that's what everybody should do, right?
No, that's the magic. What you just described is the thing
Is
that
that
everybody
magic?
can't do.
But it's like when everybody's going to work, you're thinking to yourself like, "Oh God, this and that."
I almost didn't get out of
You
bed
know,
this morning.
But when you're at work, you're just like, "I gotta get get this done."
Do you want to know the last thing I said to my wife before I drove over here today?
Yeah.
I said, I think I'm going to stay home with Dansby today. That's
No,
what I said.
really?
That was
Oh,
the
yeah,
last
yeah.
thing I said to her.
Yeah,
Just lay in bed with my dog and let him lick my face.
Yeah. Everybody wants like
Oh, so
my
great.
sons every morning they want to stay home from school.
Yeah.
You know,
Not amazing.
Like, if you gave them the I'll tell you, it's the way you're wired.
Yeah, Maisie is. She gets out of bed. She's like, I'm late for school.
Yeah. She's ready for the day. I was ready yesterday.
It's crazy, dude.
That is just you're born with that.
Yeah,
you know?
that is definitely born with that.
You know, like you're a teacher to grind that hard.
No, I tell her to slow down. I do. I'm like, you gotta. I'm like, please stop.
I'm
you
staying home from work today.
I'm
Don't
like, will
let
you
my
stay-
dog lick my face. And she's like, get to work.
She really is. She's the epitome of that.
Anyway, all right. We made a lot of enemies.
Yeah. This is the enemy segment.
All right. Bye-bye.
That's funny.
That was funny.
All right. Where's that go?
That's Tuesday 1. Sometimes I feel like our jokes are so truthful that I'm like, are we...
What do you mean? What
like
did I say?
people are not gonna. No, we're just fucking around so much that it's like people know we're fucking around, right?
Except for Manscaped, they didn't know. But there were too many things out of control that day. That was just a bad day. So many things happening. Like that day, uncontrollable, was out of hand. Then we sent everything to him. I didn't listen to it. You didn't listen to it. Nobody listened to it. You know what I mean? Like,
No, I know. Well,
it just happens.
Well,
It's fine.
that doesn't matter. You know, I'm just saying, like in general, because I wonder if like you just played the norm and did what everybody else does.
I don't
if
want
you
to.
get
Then
farther.
I don't want to do.
I don't want to do it either.
Yeah. That's not fun.
But would we be more successful?
No, because this is the only thing setting us apart now is the horrible job we do.
But if people,
The only thing that we uniquely
Like, are the
have
masses-
is how crazy we do the show.
Because some people don't like. They're like you're too
goofy and crazy.
Yeah, you're too crazy.
I think that
I
does
want a
hurt us.
regular.
The
boring...
regulars get more views. I mean, you can look at the streams in this town. We don't get a lot of stream views because we're
well, then so we're doing ourselves a disservice.
So hey, it's Tom and Dad.
Should we get more regular? But we already amassed a
bunch of weirdos.
Yeah, a bunch of weirdos that like the irregular.
They'll turn on us, and then we'll have nobody. Then we'll have nobody.
Well, we have
regulars will hate us, the weirdos will hate us, and they will only have each other.
Well, that's what's gonna happen. What are we gonna do?
I don't know.
Is there any good? There's no guests next. What do we have here?
I don't know. We did.
We
did letter.
Okay,
let's do Kenny.
Let's do Tuesday. Okay, we have enough time for Tuesday.
17.
2, and then we'll do
17 minutes.
We'll do Science Center for Tuesday 3 and 4.
When is Science Center?
1:30.
Cavender's 1.
Cavender's 1. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing Cavender.
And then.
Yep. Uh-oh. that was a uh-oh breath. Crystal does that. It scares me. You guys are breathers. You're reaction breathers.
Well, I just thought when I think of an idea,
he sucked the ideas in. Blow them out. You see it float by. You suck it in.
I sucked an idea in. I'm not gonna tell you. It was floating by. I sucked it in, and now.
Oh, it's a bad one. I'll poop it out. Yeah. Okay, you want to bring us back?
Yeah.
We doing voicemails? I got some.
Yeah.
Did you, when you moved your chair, went. Okay. Here we go. 3, 2.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time. Let's do some voicemail.
Yes, sir. I'd also like to take this time to say go Magic. I am absolutely addicted to our Orlando Magic, and I'm going to put it into the universe that this time next year they will be advertising with a mediocre time with Tom and Dan or a corporate time with Tom and Dan.
We never worked with the
we
Magic.
Need to. Me and Maisie are so into the Magic, dude. The team is so good. They're young.
And then we've got some.
They are so good.
We've got some listeners that work internally with the Magic.
I'm just putting it into the universe, you know? Like, I had a dream about the Solar Bears. Now I have a dream about the Magic. And I think they're owned by the same people. So I'm just going to throw that out there.
Yeah. We'll work with the Magic.
I love the Magic.
Okay.
I just want to see Bo Outlaw in our tiny studio.
He's still.
I think that'd be hilarious. Yeah, he's still on TV. He still does color commentary and everything.
Awesome. He's
the nicest human in the world.
Bo Outlaw at a lot of charity events, especially back in the day in radio.
So fun.
Yeah, and it's the nicest guy in the world.
Wait till I tell Bo Outlaw you're drunky. That might seal the deal.
Oh, he knows. We've talked.
Yeah. He wants to call up Bo and tell him that Dan has a dream of working with the Orlando Magic.
I remember me and Bo Outlaw rode on the same golf cart one time.
Yes.
Because we were getting Daniel was on it.
Yeah, I was there.
Because the golf carts were picking people up at the parking lot for a charity golf tournament, and then so we all got out of the cart, and then so.
It was a mismatch.
The Bo Outlaw gets in our golf cart and we're riding, and then he's like, hey guys, whatever, he knew us from the radio.
Hey, Drunky Bear.
And then
because he's got that big boomy voice, you know.
And then I had a bag of old rusty golf clubs that
that was embarrassing.
That Jim Colbert gave me, and then he's like, who gave you those golf clubs? And I was like, Jim Colbert.
I think he made a Bagger Vance joke or something horrible. Like
he's like, man, they're clowning you.
They were clowning you.
He was like, they're clowning you, and I'm like, I know, Bo. Don't you think I have a bag of rusty clubs? They are clowning me.
And then here's my last.
And I'm like, you want to kill him, Bo?
He could. My last piece of Magic trivia is that I do have a video of Nick Anderson on the golf course wishing me and Andrea a happy marriage.
That's weird.
Our buddy Justin was out there, happened to see him, and said, hey, my buddy's getting married. You want to say happy marriage? And he's like, yeah, I'll do it. And then Nick Anderson was like, hey, Daniel, Andrea, have a great marriage. It's Nick Anderson. That's her favorite player. Andrea loves. She'd leave me for Nick Anderson. Right now.
Oh, yeah. Well, lots of reasons.
Right now. So many reasons. Okay.
One big reason.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, he's just a nice man. Voicemails from the old voicemail bag.
Although, I don't think Andrea wants that. If I'm thinking about,
I'm easier to manage.
The Nick Anderson.
Yeah, I'm easier to manage.
Like, sometimes it can be too extreme.
This is hurting my chances.
Okay,
let's try this one. This is the guy that was telling you we need to be a little more regular. He's going to do a whole segment. Do a whole segment on Scipio's Dipio. He's back in town, by the way. Did you hear that?
Isn't he the coach
I
of
think
the Predators?
Bobby Scipio is the new coach of the Predators.
All right.
I almost had to look that up, but there's no way to look it up, so nothing can be done. Okay, here we go.
Oh, the chat room can get off their ass and look some stuff up
Chat
for us.
room, look up whether or not Bobby Scipio, who we used to call Scipio's Tipio, because we were talking about his weenie, because we said it was big. And we were doing bits about that, and then the marketing department of the Orlando Predators called the station and said, hey, you guys got to knock off a Scipio's Tipio thing because his wife or girlfriend got mad at the time.
Yeah.
And then he may have gotten into trouble. I think he got into some trouble.
And we didn't knock it off.
We did not knock it off. We did not knock it off.
Yeah, we just made...
We doubled down.
We made jokes that we couldn't say it. Yeah. Anyway.
Okay, here we go. First voicemail.
Hey, guys. Checking in on the large trucks and trailers taking up multiple spaces in the parking lot. Stereotypical Captain Dano, I do drive a diesel truck, but unlike most of the moms, like Daniel said, or just guys with big jacked up trucks, mall crawlers, I actually tow a trailer or a boat like 90% of the time. I take my daughter to daycare with the trailer. But yeah, we're people too. When we eat lunch, where do we park?
Look, we know you're people too, but I think what they're referencing is that don't be like poor me, we're people too. That's ridiculous. Like I think what he's referencing, like your truck to me personally, what you drive is the perfect truck. You don't have anything on there that you don't really like that is unusable. It's not a 4x4. You don't have monster truck tires. You don't have a step side. You don't have running boards. You don't. You literally.
I got the running boards.
Oh, well, running boards are fine. I need running boards because I'm little. But I'm just saying, like, it's literally.
Yeah, I don't have any.
Yeah, it's like and if you went off road, maybe you would beef up the tires. Like what I hate, and look, do what you want to do. Let's just preface everything.
Unnecessary.
Yeah. You got like a brush guard. Why do you have a brush guard on that? Do you need a brush guard?
Yeah.
No, you don't need a brush guard. The answer is no. Nobody needs a brush guard.
Yeah, it's putting a spoiler on the back of a Honda Accord.
Exactly.
So you're like, this 4-cylinder.
Just say you like the way it looks.
Yeah.
I'd have more respect for you if you did that.
Yeah, just say it's an ornament of some sort. But the spoiler was made for race cars to push the back end down so
it doesn't fly out.
Yeah. It's not made for some hunk of junk that barely can go 98.
Yeah, but if you think it looks cool, put it on there. I don't care. It's not my car. Drill in the trunk. I don't give a damn.
No, but we'll make fun of you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that's the trade out. I make fun of everything. I make fun of myself.
If you got a jacked up truck, 4-wheel drive truck, and you've never been off road one time, and you just drive around Baldwin Park,
I'll make fun of you.
Yeah, we'll make fun of you because why did you get that? Because you like the way it looks, that's fine. That's your business.
Yeah.
But it's my business to make fun of you.
That's my business. You know what my business is? My business is to mock you whatever you like. Okay, that's my business.
D-slapping's my game.
Ashley Schaefer, BMW.
Gentlemen, Sam, lots of good audio going on there for you, Dan. All right, Tom. I love when you guys tell stories of Butler, but you're talking about how mad you would get when he would call you out for your little poo-poo runs at Publix, and you're like, why would you call your boss out like that? And you laugh. But then you also just talked about how much you love with Piff when people give you a hard time and bust your balls. And you're like, I don't know what it is.
Not about bathroom
stuff,
stuff, right? Isn't that where you draw the line?
Well, giving me a hard time.
He's trying to compare Piff giving you a hard time when Piff was in here last week.
Yeah, I say I like it.
Versus Butler giving you a hard time when you're going, like you're about to do your pants, you're walking to public, and he's putting both on the scales of justice, and he's saying, just to explain for the audience, he's saying that Piff the Magic Dragon giving you the business, twisting the knife a little bit, is the same, and that you should have enjoyed Butler making fun of your poo-poo runs.
I totally understand what this gentleman's saying, but I'll explain it, right?
Oh, I knew you would.
So Butler wasn't giving me a hard time. He was genuinely asking me, like, hey, where are you going? And that's why I got mad.
Yeah,
because
you got mad at how stupid he was. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I text you about it.
I'm joking. Was it in the secret text?
I'm joking, but
I'm not joking. I'm joking.
I would get, because if he was busting my balls, say, like, for instance,
I bust your balls about pooping, so that's okay. Because it's just, if I was like, hey, man, where are you going? And you look, and the look on my face was like, he doesn't know I'm going to poop, you'd be like, F that mother effer.
Well, I'll get mad because he genuinely was curious, but for no reason. Like, there's no reason for you to ask me where I'm going.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, unless you're busting my balls. If you're busting my balls and you want to embarrass me in front of everybody, then I'm happy about it.
Okay, all right.
Because you're busting my balls. But if you're genuinely curious of where I'm going, I'm mad that you're curious about where I'm going in Publix. It doesn't matter. Just go get your stuff. We're all getting. You know,
all right. That's a little more severe than I thought.
And I'm mad that you didn't think that I'm heading towards the bathroom to diarrhea.
But had he known
diarrhea.
But had he known you were marching to have a businessman diarrhea, if at that point he had pivoted to giving you S about it, would it have been okay?
Then I'm glad that you're busting my balls. Although,
what if I yell in Publix? I'm like, this man's going to doo-doo. Are you mad at me?
Or is that
too far?
And here's the extra step. Beyond while I'm mad. So I'm mad because you're an employee, and I
get to do that to you. You don't get to do that to me.
Yeah, you don't bust the balls upward.
Yeah. You don't peg your wife. She pegs you.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. I just said it.
And then you've lost the ability to bust your boss's balls that hard or embarrass him, especially.
But he wasn't in that scenario. He was not busting your balls. He
I know.
Was genuinely asking. That's the loophole. He was playing the loophole.
But that's why I'm mad.
Because he was playing the loophole.
But if he was actually busting my balls, I'd have a little more respect.
But he would also have been too far.
But this MFer's got some balls to bust his boss's balls about a diarrhea.
Too dumb. I always thought.
I don't want to even talk about it because he's not an employee anymore.
That's true.
And he's a very nice guy, and I like him.
I think he was busting your balls.
If he was,
I love it.
I respect that he's busting my balls.
I think he was busting your balls.
Let's
try this one, righty.
But I'd rather it be just
like fun
my
and
friends.
around.
What's funny is that Tommy is also born with that. Like he likes when people
bust his balls,
or like make fun of him because like I've seen interactions like from us being at cross country, twice a week every morning, where his friends around him, and by the way, like everybody,
it's a form of acceptance. If they bust your balls, you're in the club.
Yeah.
And it's a way of proving to everybody else. And once they see Tommy get singled out, they're like, oh yeah, he's in the club. That's what I've always thought.
So I see his friends, and then like the kids around him, and not in a bullying way.
No.
Because if you put a bullying lens on it, it would maybe seem like bullying. You know what I'm saying?
Anything you can change with your perception, right?
Yeah, and then I talked to Tommy.
Perceiving it at the time.
And I'm like, hey, how you feel? Like, it was like, they're really just messing around, whatever. He's like, I like it.
Yeah.
Because he views it, and then I'm like, that's weird.
At that point, he's included.
Yeah, but
they don't do that to the people that aren't in a part of their gang or crew or whatever.
But I feel that another thing about like being born, like whatever that was, like I was born with that too.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't see it. Like he doesn't see the interaction of my business with anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like he only sees me. I think my sons perceive me as a pretty straightforward, because I'm quiet at home. Like I'm not that jokey. I'm not
Maisie
talking
thinks
as
I'm
much.
a disorganized buffoon.
My sons there, they think I'm the fool of the household.
Yeah,
and then mom has it all together.
Yeah. Andrea is the center point, the boss, and I don't even know why I'm around.
Yeah. Oh, my sons think, and they've said it openly.
Oh, they say it openly to me.
And then that's how I've screamed. I'm the only one that went to college in this house.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
I bring that up.
Yeah,
and
that's a drunken Tuesday.
Yeah. Then I'm like, well, I make more money. I bring that up.
Oh, yeah.
I say that. And I'm like, well, you can't be that stupid.
What's the third one? You need a third one.
That's all I got.
Okay. You can get your gun out, wave it around a little bit as an exclamation point.
Yeah. I forgot the password to the safe.
But you get the safe and carry that around. There's a gun inside here.
Anyway, let's play another voicemail.
All right.
Hey, Tom and Dan and Sam. I was watching this show on TV called Big Little Brawlers. It is wrestling in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. That's like Dollywood country. It's wrestling, micro wrestling. It's for people under 5 foot. So Dan, you could be on your way, but it is a very interesting show of a regular-sized man.
I'm 50 years old, man. Like, I'm a professional broadcaster.
Why'd you even mix that in?
What have you done?
He was exploiting these smaller people. Two of these wrestler people are a couple and have a baby, and the baby is 1 and almost as tall as them. It's like half their height. One guy has the brittle bone disease and wants to wrestle, and that's not a good idea, and he's got him a full-size wife. And it's an interesting watch for sure, so you guys might want to check it out.
All right.
Bye.
So I have seen a lot of micro wrestling events.
Yeah.
And
Well,
even
because-
promoted them as a radio clown.
God.
And
Is it weird to say that?
and it makes me uncomfortable, the micro wrestling. Like,
Why?
Because I feel like there's just some
Was there ever a
exploitation-
time you felt comfortable? Was there ever a time that you felt comfortable
yeah,
with
but
the
yeah,
micro wrestlers?
in my 20s, I think.
I don't think I ever felt comfortable with it, honestly. I'll be real with you. I'm glad you said that. And I'm not saying it shouldn't be around.
Because like, obviously everybody involved wants
They're
to do
willing
it.
participants in the micro wrestling.
And then,
yeah.
and I've heard like
They get paid
the
well.
wrestlers, they say like stop because they get that pushback or they feel like it's being
Yeah, you're
exploited.
taking away my job.
And
man.
then they're like, we want to do this. This is how we make money. Screw you. This is not for you. Whatever. Stop.
Yeah, they just say it at a higher pitched voice. So they say that.
But I feel like
I can say that.
You know,
I'm allowed.
When you're involved in it, you're like, look at that. You're promoting, like, come at micro
Okay,
wrestling.
I didn't want to
And
bring
it's
this
like,
up. I didn't want to bring this up, but part of my algorithm lately has been little women, little ones, the little people women.
Yeah.
That are extremely curvy and look like bikini models.
Okay, yeah.
Jumping up and down. Have you seen that?
I have not seen that. Bring that up.
I mean, I can't. It's too. I can't bring it up.
Oh, they're just jumping, making their boobies bounce
Yeah,
up
but
and
it's
down?
like they're all like 10s. All 10s.
Okay.
Like
8.5.
Even a 10's an 8.5. Like Lil Jess style.
Okay, yeah.
How did it get in my algorithm?
It knows who you are.
That's what I think. I think it
Yeah.
categorized me, right? It profiled me.
Yeah.
It was like, well, look at his selfie. He is little. Give him little people. We nailed it. Right? Isn't that what they're doing?
Yeah. The algorithm knows better than anybody around you.
Yeah, the algorithm doesn't lie.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
total honesty.
It's only math.
And I'm not lingering. I'm not lingering on these because they're beautiful women.
Whatever the algorithm says that you like, you have to like. It knows more than you do.
It knows more about me than I do.
Yeah.
That's why I asked it. I was like, what should I do? And it says, do that. I was like, kill your family. I'll do it.
I shouldn't laugh at that.
I don't know. It's just the silly stuff I think of. Speaking of the FCC and whatnot, here we go.
Hey, Tom. Just saw this article how the FCC has banned the use of AI-generated voices in telemarketing. So, I mean, they may not be listening to hear if you say tease on the radio, but they're doing something. All right, bye.
Yeah, so last week there was a news article about the FCC banning the use of AI-generated voices. I think it came to pass because some, we know that this year is going to be an S show because it's an election year, and on either side of the coin, we know it's going to be terrible. I know. We know it's going to be terrible, and whereas I know you and I don't want to be a part of any of that, it's just, it'll be floating around there like satellites, and one of them was, I think somebody created an AI voice of Joe Biden and then spammed hundreds or thousands of people telling them to not vote in a primary, if I remember like saying that, like something to the effect of like urging people that we don't need it. It's already been locked up. You don't like, and it was, and I guess there could be certain people that are tricked by that. So this is where we're at. This is where we're at. A digital old man told people to not vote. Like, this is where we're at. We're fighting the digital old men.
If you are tricked by a digital Joe
They
Biden,
did.
then
It's a real story.
the
And we don't
bigger-
do politics. That's why I would have never brought this up. It came across my stupid AI thing, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
We have digital old timers.
Well, the bigger
Great.
question is, those are the people that are voting.
Yeah, digital Uncle Herschel's favorite. Digital Uncle Herschel. There he is.
You're tricked by digital Joe Biden.
Yeah.
And you're voting for whatever. Anyway, so the bigger question is, how are they enforcing it? Because I remember when everybody was like, "Oh yeah, FCC they banned if you say you take me off the call list, they legally have to do it. Well, guess what? They don't do it, and no one cares.
There's no list.
Yeah, you know
Well,
why?
there is a list. It's just
They're in India.
It's a completely. The list is
India doesn't care about America's laws. They're impoverished.
Yeah, you can't enforce it.
Indian call center doesn't care about what the hell the FCC says. So how is that going to stop anything? Stupid.
Yeah, it is. It's real stupid.
We'll be right back.
All right. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Good job, guys. We did it. What's next?
Now just go to lunch.
What was that?
That was Tuesday.
That was
2. Tuesday 2. Tuesday 1 was.
No, that was
Mark.
Tuesday 4.
Oh, that was Tuesday 4. Okay, oh, Tuesday 4.
That
Okay.
was Tuesday
We have
4.
Tuesday 3 already.
We have Tuesday 1, 3, and 4 now.
Okay, so Tuesday 2, how long do we have with that?
We need 23 minutes.
Okay, perfect. So we'll put Jeff and Eric from
Okay.
Orlando Science Center at Tuesday.
That'll work good.
And then we'll put Cavender Wednesday. All right.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys in a bit. We'll see you after lunch.
See you at Twitch.